Have you thought about the fact that in Lucas plus Eve, the moment you go in into and use S1 onto the opponents and knock them into the wall of the RWM, you essentially layer a root onto them.
Literally stun everybody, right?
Yes.
And now, on top of that, you also got Ken. There's a lot of CCs from the side of RSG. Hopefully, they are able to respond. In the meantime, ladies and gents, going to go into game number 4 right here. And looking to spice up with the Tigreal on Jay.
So, we're looking at a Badang versus a Gatokacha down in the bottom lane. Gatokacha has got a little bit of a lane priority on top of the Badang down the bottom. Top lane, we have the Granger with that lane prior. So, RSG seems to be looking decent in both of these lanes, even though Harith is supposed to technically win in the lane. In the meantime, here we go. Two trades in between of these two teams. Bray is the one that suffers the damage, while Katizi is the one from Flash that suffers the damage.
Ken really punching closer like that. These fist crack, especially punching people to the wall, it stuns them as well. And how closer is really close to that wall is not looking very good.
So, I want to see the snowball factor that Team Flash love to play, and the way that worked out for them previously. Just how much damage can Hades bring into this game? Because right now we're looking at quite a bit of utility in the roaming trio. So most of the damage stems from Hades itself. Is it enough? That's what I want to know.
I think it is. Don't forget, Lucas does have a lot of burst damage as well. You stun lock somebody, that's basically it. But don't forget, this time around, we need to...
Chip has a lot of damage too, yeah.
The only way that RSG Singapore is able to stay alive in these kind of engages coming off from Team Flash is Jay. Jay must be the win con right here. He needs to perform a beautiful implosion, or even if it's not an implosion, a good pushback.
But this also means that Jay cannot be a trigger finger. If he wants, he's gonna have to look out for that.
Decision making, man.
Yeah, this is all about decision making. So most of the time, if Jay just sticks close to JPL whenever he sees that portal, then it was gonna be good. In the meantime, Hades gets himself the turtle almost immediately, and just gonna go straight in for all of that. The S1 triple combo, as well as the AOG multiple times. It did not happen. As such, I don't know about that. But now we do have Roy that's stuck in the wall, flickers himself out of danger. And that is Team Flash with 2 kills.
And that's the power of Lucas, right? He goes Unleash a Beast, Bray cannot assassinate, and then he gets assassinated himself. And don't forget, you also got Ken building up that wall, just literally landing the punch onto Bray. RSG Singapore, I feel like this needs to be a hit around. The Suyo needs to be really smart in terms of his positioning.
I kind of like the fact that, although it's kind of sad, that Closer tried to AOG twice, but to no avail. We saw the warning signs, but it's like,
Yeah. Because of the JPL constant knockback, right, to stop the channeling, it's very annoying.
Even Hades also has a knockback. Even Ken also has a knockback. There's so many knockbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally AOG doesn't pop because of that. That makes a massive difference. But don't forget, as Courtesy is on the eve. Technically speaking, if you go into real world manipulation, you have a pseudo CC immunity because you don't get deactivated. Yeah, you just stand still right there.
Yeah. So now Bray comes in. It does seem like the arrow actually didn't quite manage to land the can, but I don't think that is that big of a problem per se. We do have the turtle that will be coming up in 30 seconds. As such, let's review a little bit on the... Oh, nice steal. But JPL, wow!
Brings in the good one, Ken.
Immediately tries to go for the fist break, but unfortunately did not manage to land. That is going to be a one-man implosion. The AOG comes in to connect, but unfortunately Ken was actually CC immune throughout the entire period, so he's not going to be flying up into the sky. As such, Katizi opens up the box. The RWM is just going to be locking people in, but it doesn't seem like it's going to do too much over the Closer. In fact, not enough damage. As such, we've got a backwards hit coming in from Hades, but the Junama actually ends the life of Jay. Hades is going to be fine. Bray was not able to touch a hair of Hades.
Ken is the MVP of that particular fight.
Oh my god!
The fact that you use your ultimate, you are CC immune, you basically ignore the AOG, you stay alive, and you still stun. You build a wall to block Bray from actually assassinating Hades. Man, that was crazy.
That was quite an exchange, right?
It is.
Okay, that was fun to watch. But the turtle is still up and running. That fight translated to almost nothing for RSG. That's 4 kills in favor for Team Flash. We hit the 5-minute mark. All of the energy turrets or rather energy shields, are all gone. We're looking at about 2.5k, 1.5k gold lead, and here we go! The entire family is here! As now closer is just going to be completely wrecked up, full of bruises.
Somebody called the disciplinary teacher. This is cyberbullying right here. Man, you can see how Roy's like hurting Curtizia right here. And it's like, oh, you like hurt, you like hurt. Curtizia, nah, I'm chill. JPL comes in. The whole team from side of the Flash SG just goes in, picks up 1 kill.
You blink, you lose. Oh, man. But despite all that fight, Flash got an advantage of 0.5k.
Yeah, I mean, definitely gold lead is something we definitely want to look at. The damage coming off CS is starting to show. Jay, like what I mentioned, we need to make sure that Jay actually gets a good implosion. We haven't seen that yet.
Not yet, right? So I think that Flash, especially for JPL, I think his communication is the most important.
Okay, he got assassinated right there, but it's okay. Now Vanix. Zaman Force still available. Maybe he can make a play out of his life here.
Oh, as he pops out the Zaman Force. Not quite enough to defend, not quite enough to heal himself. Never mind, Can joins into the fray. And in the meantime, it is going to be the RWM just going to be popped. Not quite enough to get a kill down on the CS. Curtizia all alone now have to face Bray. But at least the Void Blast gets him out of dodge.
Man, Ken is literally enabling Flash to basically go in.
JPL with the shotgun down the entire team right under the turret's nose, takes him down.
The Badang and also the chip wombo combo is actually crazy, right? Just go into shotgun, send the Badang out, you build a wall. There's no way from the side of RSG Singapore to basically escape one by one. Flash SG is using this roster as if it's like a pick-up position.
7 minutes into this game, 3,000 goal lead for Team Flash. RSG finally managed to pick up 3 kills. Oh, I hear the conceal all the way in the middle lane. Ken, he's okay, but JPL, he's rushing in, drops down. Wait, no shortcut.
No shortcut, but
no shortcut. No shortcut.
We'll sacrifice his life to the RSG SG gods for now. But Flash SG, man, it's crazy how, you know, they get the chip for 3 games in a row. RSG Singapore refuses to bend it out, and then after that, you see variations on the chip play by Flash SG.
These are all archetypes of Wombo Combo Unga Bunga, right? Playing around the chip.
Vanix.
But right now, Vanix drops down the Zaman Force, but taking a little bit too much damage. At least he do have the Purify and got himself 1 shot after the next one onto Bray. While in the meantime, Bray had a solo fight against CS. That is 2 of the main damage dealers coming from the side of RSG that's already going to be taken down and closer. Despite how tanky it is, he will still go down to the claws, the ripping claws of Hades.
Man, Flash SG literally tearing off RSG Singapore bit by bit. You also start to see that, you know, the fighting spirit for the side of RSG Singapore sapping away. Flash SG is on a roll right here.
Oh boy. Now the Lord goes over to the hands of Flash. 8 minutes in this game. We've got 2 turtle takes, 1 Lord, and 2 turrets taken so far. The Lord is going to be marching up from the top lane. And the middle lane eventually would might go down.
Flicker.
Jay, single man flicker. He wants to do something about this, but it doesn't seem like he's going to do too much as Curtizia even put up the RWM just so that they will be able to isolate that Tigreal. As such, Roy. Oh, wait! That is more or less a 1-hit kill coming in from the side of Hades.
Man, I really have to give Team Flash that kudos. He's gonna go
on. Oh, the shotgun is back. The Rasengan brings down Sasuke. And CS walks away with a slipper.
JPL is literally speed right there. He brings the rest of the team, and don't forget with the fleeting time, he can use the ultimate over and over again. RSG Singapore, there's no time for them to breathe. The Suyo is unable to snowball, and you see how Curtizia used that real-world manipulation creatively. What a Giga Chan.
With all of these turrets now currently going to be under siege. Middle lane T2 down. Top lane T2 is now currently attacked by the Lord. Every single one of these waves are just marching in with the holy defense being popped one after another. I would like to believe that the top lane's holy defense will eventually be popped as well. But the great thing is if it explodes before the Lord reaches. But never mind, there's a bunch of HP gone from the Lord. But I think that's a small thing. Yep. Bottom lane's holy defense is also popped.
Man, 1 Lord, 3 lanes popped, and that's only just the first Lord, and that's not ideal for the side of RSG Singapore right now. They need to try to hunker down, but the Suyo is unable to farm. CS is also a little bit low in terms of farming as well. We're looking at Jay, the Tigreal, the implosions. Yes, you can catch, but you get real world manipulation, and that's like a massive divide between you, and all of a sudden you get caught in a no man's land.
JPL is just wondering. I think it's fine for now. The Summon Force has been committed just to ensure that they will be able to bring down the T3 in the top lane, while Hades all alone, they managed to bring down the T3 in the bottom.
Yep, it's back to the 4+1. Once again, RSG Singapore, they'll have no answers against this chip. JPL and also Ken playing out of their minds. Topside also cracked open as well, Abstract.
Yikes.
I feel like RSG Singapore just doesn't have the fuel to continue on the fight.
Oh man, what went wrong? Oh wait, I know, Chip.
Man, this is giving me Season 7 vibes once again. Remember how in Season 7, RSG Singapore insisted to use the Farsa on Roy over and over again, even though Flash has found three ways to counteract against the Farsa. And now we're back here once again. RSG Singapore refuses to ban the chip 3 games in a row.
I don't know, but this game, I don't feel that early game power spike from the Granger. I know that he's a skilling marksman, but if he's fed, he actually can be a pretty naughty marksman. But I want to see either a farmed up Granger or perhaps even a Moskov bring him back into the game.
I feel like we need a good implosion from Jay. We need an AOG from the side of Closer. There's a lot of checklists that RSG Singapore needs to check. Flash SG on the other hand, they can do whatever they want. They've got money bags, they've got EXP gaps right here. And then look at Vanning's Summon Force. Go 1v1 against Closer right there.
He already pushed one of the frontliners all the way back. Jay was completely out of position and now went in for the implosion. Unfortunately, did not catch anyone at all.
Oh my god.
Well, Flash takes an easy Lord.
And you thought the Tigreal was a good counter against the chip. Curtisi goes in the Eve. And now you ask the question, who are you trapped with right now? The real world manipulation zoned the rest of the members from the side of RSG from even committing into the fight.
This is a problem. Because Jay is just looking for an angle. Everyone had the same idea. He himself had the same idea. I want to position myself in a way whereby I can just dash in and then flicker in and get a good implosion. Let Closer be the one that takes the shortcut. But JPL knows he's not doing that. He will not do that. As such, they will always take some time before the shortcut even appears, or maybe don't even appear at all. So Jay will end up being out of position throughout the entirety of the fight. You saw that Jay, throughout that fight, he was on the opposite side of the entrance of the lock pit. There's nothing that he could do.
Cutting Jay right there.
With the Summon Force now being popped right out as RWM that locks everyone else inside. Roy with a Crimson Beacon back home, and Bray trying to clear out every single one of these waves only to be clawed to death by the 9-tailed fox.